It's your girl Barbie J here, and I am coming to you from Strasburg, Pennsylvania tonight. I went away for the weekend. I am not home, and I just didn't want to miss this Equalizer with Queen Latifah. It was the first day it's starting back from their 4-week break. You know they were on break for 4 weeks. The last show was February 28th, and they just came back today, March 28th, because somebody on the set had COVID. So they had to shut down, production for a while. But we are talking about the Equalizer Season 1, Episode 5, The Milk Run. I still don't get why they named it that, The Milk Run. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying to make it work with this right here. And I wasn't able to type up my notes, so please bear with me. So as I tell what happened in this episode. I'll be honest, this episode did not excite me that much. I guess because it might have been over my head with everything they were talking about. And before I go into the whole detail, shout out to everybody in the comment section who be holding down my channel. I don't have my names with me here, so anyway. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe now. Hit the little subscribe button right down there. It's red, it's white, whatever color. And then you can also hit that notification bell, and that'll let you know every time Barbie J uploads a new video, which is usually daily. Okay, so this episode was about Robin McCall she's trying to locate this this British mathematician, and she gets caught up in his international fight for this revolutionary financial technology. He had information on some top-notch technology that could do some wonderful things that were illegal. Thank you. So McCall meets up with Bishop, and he tells her about this guy the CIA is looking for. They actually asked for her. They actually asked for Robin to find this guy. The guy is a real a-hole, and he really is. If you saw the episode, he's a real a-hole. And she's like, man, I got a spa weekend planned with my aunt, I ain't trying to go. And he's like, they asked for you specifically by name. So the CIA wanted her to help out, because remember, they got her on a leash right now, on a string, and they call on her when they need her, and they follow her and things like that. And she doesn't like it. She wants her freedom from them. So we see her daughter leaves to go and stays with her dad. And we find out she skipped her community service. Remember that episode with her supposed to be, she stole something. She skipped her community service and she lied about it, and she had to make it up. So her mom's mad. This seemed like a troubled teen. She always getting into something. Anyway. So she goes to, McCall goes to see her friend. Her friend, what's those ones? I don't know those people. I don't know who those people are. I forgot their names, but they her friends that she known, and they help her to locate the guy. So what she does is she goes to his office. She finds out where his office is or something, and she gets caught. And somebody in the office tells her some things about the guy, but she sees that the guy got flowers, orchids. And she's like, well, thinking who would send him orchids? So she figured she could trace, if she could find that person, then she could somehow find him. So she pretended that she was the guy's secretary and said, oh, I lost the card, because the card was missing from the flowers. And she said, I misplaced the card. So the florist was like, don't worry, we got you. The florist gives her the information about who it's from. It was anonymous, but it had a bunch of numbers on it. And when she went to see her friends, they were coordinates. It was coordinates to a location. And when she found that location, it was there was a building, and it had an orchid on the side of the building. It was a pop-up restaurant. I ain't never heard of no pop-up restaurant. Have y'all? Let me know down in the comment section. I heard of pop-up shops, place to go shopping and stuff. I never heard of pop-up places to eat. So she finds the mathematician, and he acts like she's the help in the restaurant, and he starts with treating her like a real a-hole. He just was really a snotty, and she grabs him and takes him outside. And when they get outside of the place, and he's like, hey, you're kidnapping me and all this stuff, and she's like, boy, shut up. She's like done with him. And all of a sudden people start shooting at them. And they're shooting at them, and she's shooting back, and she got 2 of them, and the rest of them got in the car and ran. And when she turned around, the guy, his name is Endicott, he took off. She couldn't find him, so she was pissed. So she makes it back. She calls Bishop, I think his name is, her person at the CIA who asked her to do this. And he tells her, he tells the CIA person who's the head and asks for her to do this job for them, as they call a milk run for them. That's how they got the title. Her name is Director Nash. Director Nash blames Robin for losing the guy and letting the guy run free. Really? Really? And he's like, you gonna let her play like that? You know, the CIA guy is like, really? You think you gonna blame her for it? So she said, well, tell her to bring him to us. Forget bringing him to the British consulate. Bring him to us, and we'll take care of it. And he said, what's in it for her? You know, and she said, we'll make it worth her while. Basically, they told her that if she brought the guy, Endicott, to her, the mathematician's name is Endicott, and if she brings him to the CIA, she will be squared with them and clear her account permanently with them, and not with the CIA. That means no longer will she have to look over her shoulders, and they wouldn't be following her anymore. And she's like, I'm interested, because she's sick of them following her, and they pulling the strings, as they call it, controlling her, as long as I guess it has something to do with the way she left. But the director was like, we'll sweeten the pot if she's down to help. So that was supposed to be her freedom. But, they didn't follow that rule. So McCall goes to see this Chinese woman in Chinatown. And the reason that is because she got to see the surveillance camera of the shootout that happened and went down. The shootout that went down when they were trying to get her. And she realized they were shooting at her and not the mathematician Endicott. So they wanted him alive and wanted her dead. And she was able to see like some markings or tattoos or something on their body when they zoomed in. And she found out that they were Chinese. Chinese operatives or triads or something like that. So that's when she went to see that lady in the Chinatown. And the lady told her the info, whatever she needed. And she told Robin to be careful, because these men are dangerous. And whatever information that guy has, there's a lot of people who want that information. So be clear. So McCall goes back to her friends, and they learn that the Chinese no longer want to do business with him because he's too hot now. And they found out that he found a new buyer, which was the Russians. So he tries to cheat the Russians. He's doing a deal with the Russians. Thank God McCall got there to save him, because they wired him $50 million for the information he had, plus gave him diamonds. And he really cheated them because he didn't give them the right information. Of course, she gets there in time to save him. He's such an idiot. And he's still like acting like an a-hole. And he thinks he's a hero, he said, because he, what did she say? He defrauded the enemy of our country. And she's like, no, you're not a hero for doing that. You're stupid, because the Russians will never leave it. You can't cheat the Russians. They're going to always come back and get you. And basically, that's what they did the whole episode, trying to get him and kill him and stuff. So she told him, either you go with me and you tell me the information, or you got 3 choices. You go to CIA black site, you could go to Triad dog fighting kennel, or you could go to the Russian bathhouse. These are all people that's trying to kill him and get him that whatever information he has. So he talks into taking him to Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, and he would promise to give her all the information she needed and stuff. And he has people there. And she was like, if you're lying to me, he said, please, I promise. He said, but I am hungry. Could we stop to get something to eat? She stopped him at this place. She said, oh, they got a nice place with nice cuisine. She dropped him at the mini mart at a gas station. And then she goes in there with him to get something. And she runs into her daughter and her ex-husband's new wife, who's young and pretty and slim and everything. And it just looks so awkward, because she was supposed to be at a spa weekend, away at a spa weekend. That's what her daughter Delilah told them, and with Vi, and she wasn't with Aunt Vi. So when they left. They all said their little hellos and what's going on. They left, and Delilah hurried up and texted Vi and said she saw mommy with this on a date with some guy or something. So Delilah Vi called her to see, you know, how she doing and stuff. And she never told her that she knew that she wasn't there, but she kept asking her when she was going to come to the spa and all this stuff. Long story short, Robin McCall blew it off and kept on with this guy. She takes the guy to Brooklyn. The guy tries to slip the, he goes in, after her daughter leaves, he goes in the men's room to use the bathroom and then tries to jump out the window and escape. But of course, Robin McCall was right there and caught him. So she said, "You're an idiot." So then she takes him to Brooklyn, and he tried to cheat her, play a trick on her again and pulled a gun on her. But who was there was his fiance and his child. And what happens? He thought he was getting over and slipped the diamonds to the fiance and pulled a gun on Robin. And Robin was like, "Boy, please, you think you slipped her something? I got your diamonds right here." And she had slipped them. She said was in her pouch of gummy bears. And this show is so crazy, but I'm just giving y'all all the details to help you understand, because I know there's some people who don't watch the show, but they like to hear the details and stuff that's going on. So anyway, she where am I at? Oh, so she pulls the gun. She's able to snatch the gun from him and pull it on him. And she takes him. She said, "You know what? You're going to tell me what's going on." She sent his wife because he was begging. He just want to send the fiance and the son away. He don't want them to get hurt. She said, "Then you shouldn't have been stealing money from these people, because that's what's going to happen." So she gets them taken care of and safely sent away. She takes him to a bar. He wants one drink before she takes him further. They go in the bar to have a drink before she turns him in. And 2 Russian operatives come in there and they shooting at them. And of course, Robin does her thing. She kicks their butt. She gets rid of them, you know. And then she takes him to the lab where her friends are. And when he gets to the lab, he shows them the information that he has. He has it stored up in his head instead of on a disc or anything like that. And this information is so top. This is so dangerous that Robin's like, this is crazy. They feel like they got to kill him, because they said the information he has. I forgot where is it. Oh, he said he made a powerful decryption tool known to man that can break into any secure system and access any info, any network, anywhere in the world. And he calls it the God algorithm, because he feels he's God for creating this. And they like, after seeing this, they were like, this man is dangerous. No wonder everybody's after him. They said, and if this gets in the hand of anybody, you could break in. They could break into anybody's bank, anybody's anything. They were telling him to break into certain places, and he was able to get into them. So this guy was like terrible. So Robin decided she needs to get him safe and out of there. She don't think he will do anything with the information. She asked her friend Bishop to help her get rid of this guy to safety. Bishop is like, this is ridiculous. He said, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do it. He said, you're going to get me killed one day, always helping these people. Well, what did Bishop do? Bishop went and lied, said he would help her. And he told the CIA director Nash about it. They showed up to meet, and the director pulled up, handcuffed Robin McCall, grabbed the guy, and took him, and they started driving him to the CIA headquarters. But what ended up happening, a black van stopped them. A black van stopped them, and what did they do? They start shooting at them and everything, shooting, and they grabbed the guy out the back seat. They blew the door off, grabbed the guy, grabbed him, was pulling him, and the director Nash shot him and killed him. At least she thought. Come to find out, all of that, she thought he was dead. Queen Latifah's yelling, getting mad. Take these cuffs off me. I can't believe you did that to him. She said he's better off dead than alive with the information he has. But come to find out, her friend Bishop at the CIA and Robin McCall, they had planned that whole thing. They made it up. And what they did was they got the guy, the people who were shooting were fake people too. They all worked for them. So it was cool. They got the guy safe with his information. She gave him the diamonds back, said he's going to need it, and they sent him across the border to Canada. So basically, that's how the show ended. I didn't really like it. I tell you, and I didn't like it at all. But then she did get home, and it ends up with Aunt Vi thinking that Robin had a date, and she's questioning Robin and say, "Girl, why you didn't tell me you had a date?" And da da da. She said, "How'd you know?" She was like, "Delilah sent me a text and blah 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 blah," you know. But you know, Delilah went in, when Robin went to see her daughter and talked to her, her daughter was basically calling her a liar too, saying I thought you didn't want people to be honest and stuff. Children, you got to be careful. Teens, they turn stuff back on you. Parents, y'all got to be careful with that. Anyway, so that is how it ended. What I did notice that there was no Detective Didnt in there this week, which wasn't a bad thing. It was pretty good. Got tired of seeing him. Anyway, that was the end of my recap and review. I didn't care much for it. Like I said, it was too much for me. It was too much cloak and dagger and saying things that I just didn't understand myself. You know, I'm not a math person, so, you know. But anyway, this your girl, Barbie J. Have a good weekend. Peace.